Welcome everybody to Real Madrid reviews, and this review is going to be over Real Madrid winning over Leganes. And the review is a little bit late, but yeah, I was working, so work comes first. But now I had the chance to watch the game and then also figure out my thoughts about it and everything. So actually, I watched it yesterday. And before I was watching the game, like I was actually running, and on the run I was like, okay, I can't wait to see Madrid. Like I wonder how they did, like how they perform after the whole international break. Like I was looking forward to seeing my team. And then like during the run, I was like, wait, remember, like this team is shit. Like at the moment, like performing very very bad. So then yeah, I kind of brought my expectations down a little bit. So. And then watching the game itself, overall, super happy for the win because, right now, Madrid just need to find a way to win because, performance-wise, we all know like it's not the best, but they're finding ways to win and it's really important because there's this machine like Barcelona that is absolutely just like dominating every team they come up against. So if we're going to win the league, we just need to keep fighting, and Madrid are the best team at doing that. So, like the game itself, I thought was poor again, but I did see like some shifts, some changes, which I was like, okay, this is quite nice. One of the reasons that I think like the game was poor itself was like the first half. The first half was like really slow. Like it was lacking intensity, which I can partly understand because of like the international break and everything. So that's always going to affect the players. You know, like these players don't get a rest, but hey, it still goes on, right? They still gotta perform. So the team Ancelotti picked, he picked the best team to get the job done. And the first half, like I remember like just watching it, and I'm like, it's so like pedestrian. Like they're not. There's a lack of intensity from Madrid, but also Leganes as well. And I was like, as poor as Madrid are in this first half, Leganes is even worse. You know. I remember watching like Mbappe. Mbappe probably had like the easiest game this whole season because every single time like he got the ball, Leganes players were backing off. You know, they were showing him so much respect, so much like fear that they were backing off. So Mbappe actually had a lot more time on the ball to kind of decide what he wanted to do, right? And I thought that was a mistake from Leganes. Like you don't let Mbappe have that much space. So I think first half really poor from both teams. And what I did notice as well was that the fullbacks, Vasquez and Fran Garcia, were forward quite a lot. You know. And which is a little bit of a change, like going back to Madrid from like a few seasons ago, you know, with Carvajal on the right, and Mendy. Like Mendy did used to go forward, but now he doesn't. But it actually reminded me of like when Madrid actually do dominate teams, like the fullbacks are very, very, very key. So you had Vasquez and Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia had a really good game, like going forward, trying to find space, trying to create chances. Too bad, like when he gets to the byline, there's nobody in the box. But then with them in those positions, now it spreads the game a little bit more, you know, and it gives Madrid like more options. So then you had Rudiger making long field passes to the fullbacks. And then throughout the game, Mbappe also doing the same as well, and Camavinga as well. So that's been missing like massively because before it was like a lack of option because our fullbacks are staying back, and then we have less. The person on the ball has less chances, you know. So now actually the person on the ball had a little bit more option, in the first half, even though like it was still pedestrian pace. But in the second half, things improved massively. So I think the biggest change was like after the first half, or actually wait, maybe I'll discuss the goals, and then we can go into the second half. The penalty Madrid got, I thought, yeah, you could probably class it as like, okay, lucky that they got it. But when I first saw it and then also rewatching it again, I was like, what is the player doing? Like the Leganes player doing, why put in such a clumsy tackle like that? So when they got the penalty and it was awarded, I was like, yeah, Madrid can use all the luck they can get at the moment. And then, yeah, 90 seconds later, Madrid can see the goal, which is something that's been very typical of Madrid, like this season and previous seasons, where or let's just focus on this season, where within the first 10 minutes of the game, they're so sluggish and they concede so many early goals. Like it's crazy, And then now they're on the back foot and trying to, then they finally start trying to perform, So this game, I looked, it was like 10 minutes and it's still 0-0. Like, what a surprise. So one, they concede early goals. It's happened a few times this season. And they don't really score the goals early. It's normally like in the, earlier in the season, like the second half of the game. The second half, that's when they start scoring the goals, So they leave it like quite late throughout the match. But then yeah, so they're vulnerable the first few minutes when the game starts, and then also after scoring a goal, as we saw in this game as well. So it was yeah, it was just madness. And then as well to then go 2-0, 2-1 down. It was a little bit fortunate as well for Leganes. I think, yeah, a little bit bold goals. But anyway, Asensio didn't cover himself in glory for that second goal, but it was also a little bit of luck as well. It was unfortunate for Asensio, who is doing amazing, and if he keeps on developing like he is now, he's gonna be an amazing player. I already have so much confidence in him, it's crazy. The first few games when he came in, I think the first 2 or 3 or something, he's an academy player, you want him to do well, so you're making sure he's not making any mistakes and everything, you're like, okay, come on, you can do this, just do your job and don't make any mistakes. And then now, when he's in the team, I'm just like, yeah, I just expect greatness from him, So that really shows the talent this kid has, and if he gets the right coaching, which I'm confident he will do, yeah, he's gonna be a top central defender. So I'm looking forward to seeing his development. And then yeah, so going in 2-1, and then now second half, right? Madrid come out the first 90 seconds or 2 minutes, whatever, when they scored the goal. There was a period just before they scored the goal, I was like, well, actually just those 2 minutes, I was like, wow, Madrid are actually aggressive. They're actually playing with intensity. They actually want to score a goal. And I was like, they're actually making some good movements, players are running, players are asking, are looking for the ball, and there's options available. And then they score the goal. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. If you want to perform, if you want to win games, you have to be, you have to fight. You have to have that aggression. You have to have that intensity in your play. You can't just be walking around, So they finally did that and they scored the goal. And I was like, okay, this is how you need to play. Keep continuing this, right? And then the rest of the second half was, yeah, it was better than the first half. It was fine, nothing special, but at least there was periods where you saw that little bit of intensity, right? And then we continued using our fullbacks a lot more and everything. And then, yeah, Ancelotti made a change, so Vinny and Rodrigo coming on. both of them didn't really have any influence. So yeah, another game with Vinny where I'm like, man, he's really like void of confidence at the moment. So I'm hoping that he finds his confidence because we need Vinny. He's the best player in the world. So yeah, we need him. And then another thing I did notice was that like with this game, Mbappe, it could be, seems like he's becoming like the number one like star now. You know, you have Mbappe, and then after Mbappe, you have Vinny, Bellingham, right? So I think, it's probably a good thing because, in every team, you just need that one star in a dressing room full of stars, you know? So I think it's probably a good thing that somebody's going to be the star, and the best thing is that it's maybe Mbappe, because he's going to be scoring, he's going to be the goal scorer, you know, he's turning into the striker for Madrid, right? Which I'm really a bit impressed with how he plays, how he's playing the position actually as a striker, you know, not as a winger and everything. And he still has a lot to learn because sometimes he drops back quite a lot. This game he didn't do that, so that was a plus. He needs to make more runs, you know, towards a goal as opposed to always trying to receive the ball like to feet. And I just saw like a few little things like with Bellingham, with Vinny as always, where they're looking for him, where they want to find him, you know. Vinny trying a bit too much, you know, but I think if it goes this way, it's going to be good because before you had like Vinny and Benzema. Vinny gets you like 20 goals, 20 assists every single season. And Benzema was getting like 40, 45 goals a season. So if Mbappe can now chip in those goals that Benzema was scoring, then boom, amazing, right? And then now you have Bellingham also chipping in as well. So I'm a little bit more positive now, like with this lineup of Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Bellingham. It could work. It just needs the right coaching. It could definitely work. And one thing I actually did notice as well, like with Bellingham in the first half, he was playing like as a second striker behind Mbappe, which I don't think was working because he was playing as a second striker, but we don't have anybody to help with the build-up and to create those opportunities. So it's like with Bellingham, he plays second striker, he plays left midfield, he plays central midfield, and I'm like, man, just play him in midfield, you know, and get him involved like with the build-up. I want him more involved with the build-up, you know. We can't have all the main players like wanting to run with the ball and to receive the passes for the goals, right? We need players actually helping with the build-up. So second half, Bellingham was actually starting to help with the build-up, and then that made things a little bit more fluid, right? And his goal was amazing. It just shows like Bellingham's intelligence and awareness, you know, in the box and then also on the pitch, you know. Everybody else stood still. Bellingham pretty much started the play. He took the shot, and then scored the goal. You know, when everybody else was still kind of waiting, like what's happening with the ball, and he's anticipating it. So we just need there just needs to be like more urgency, like in our play, more purposefulness. You know, like more direction. So that needs to improve, you know, in the upcoming games. And I think overall that was everything. I think overall just more intensity from Madrid is really, really needed. And then also Mbappe's third goal, amazing goal. Like when he was stepping up to take the free kick, I was like, why is he taking the free kick? You know, give it to somebody else. Can Mbappe take free kicks? You know, I do feel like right now we don't really have like a specialist free kick taker. And I feel as well like overall free kicks have become harder to score, you know? Yeah, so yeah, we don't really have a free kick specialist. So when we get a free kick, I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, are they gonna score from this? You know, like, yeah. So it was a really good goal. Very creative from him. And yeah, just showcasing again that he is building up and he's slowly becoming the main man. But it's gonna take time. It's not just one season. He needs to prove it like every single season for the next 2 or 3 years if he is the number one guy. You know. But really good performance from him in terms of like. His play might not always be the best at some points, and he's still kind of making some mistakes, coming too deep, and not making runs and behind the defense and everything. But he scores goals, and also as well, like the goals he scores are always like important goals. Yeah, like he's always he scores like he scores the first goal. In most of our games, he scores the first goal, so that's amazing. You know, he's not scoring like the third or the fourth goal, right? When everybody else has done all the work, you know. But yeah, Madrid are making every single game super hard, so we're only winning by 1 or 2 goals. So, but Madrid needs some serious improvements. You know, like if they want to compete until the very end with Barcelona. And in the Champions League, yeah, even with Madrid's poor form, Champions League, Madrid are always favorites. So mainly because they just know when it comes to the Champions League, you know, in big games, know how to perform. So against Arsenal, yeah, man, they're gonna win. Like Arsenal, I don't think will be able to perform at the levels needed on those important games. And Madrid, regardless of the situation, if we're a goal down, if things aren't going our way, they'll find a way. They'll find a way somehow to win the game. So I think Madrid will take down Arsenal, and then we'll reach the semifinals. And then from there, I think that's where there's the danger. So, but yeah. All right, guys, that was it for today's review. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Hopefully. There's going to be some better play and some better improvement from Madrid. All right, catch you on the next one.